Does this disaster in Iowa with results mean for the Democratic Party going forward? Here with reaction, Fox News contributor and former speechwriter to President George W. Bush, Marc Thiessen. Marc, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Washington.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. I love being down here.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 80s, I covered the Iowa caucuses when I lived out there. This is a tradition that the people of Iowa are proud of, and now after this disaster, people are saying, time to pull the plug on it.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't think they're going to pull the plug on it. I think they're never going to do it like this again. But I mean, this is like the third disaster in a row. You had the Santorum disaster in 2016. You had the disaster Sanders-Clinton disaster, and so only the Democrats could do this. So they had the Sanders-Clinton disaster where they didn't even have the numbers. So they decided, let's make it more complicated and harder to count, and let's come up with a system that's so complicated that it's bound to fail. Only the party that came up with Medicare for All and the Green New Deal could come up with something as stupid as this.
How frustrated do you think these candidates are? Because they went door to door, or is it beneficial for them because they can all walk away and go to New Hampshire and say, looks like I'm the victory. I'm the winner.
They'll get the results. I mean, look, we're already seeing a day later. It sounds like Pete Buttigieg is claiming victory.
For every right to be, you know, percentage points up or down.
Absolutely. I mean, and it was, you know, it was a come from behind win. You know, the results. I think what's interesting is I think this is a victory for the moderate wing of the Democratic Party. I put moderate in quotes because moderate now means you're not a Democratic socialist. It's the only moderate in contrast to Bernie Sanders. But you know, number one, Buttigieg, you know, came out ahead, knocked Biden into fourth place. The second thing is that the long-awaited Biden collapse finally happened. Biden was never going to be the nominee. He could not beat Donald Trump, and so this opens up the middle lane for somebody who's a stronger candidate. But the most important thing for the moderates and for the Democratic establishment is that Elizabeth Warren came in third. They wanted Elizabeth Warren to come in third.
Why?
Because she's like an anchor around Bernie Sanders' neck. If you just look at the numbers of them combined, in Iowa, their combined total is 43.4%. Sanders, without Warren in the race, would have absolutely crushed the competition. New Hampshire, 41% combined vote. Nevada, 34. California, 46. Texas, 32. Even in South Carolina, which is supposed to be Biden's blue wall, they're at 28 when he's at 31. If Warren gets out of the race, Sanders is the nominee. Period.
Can I go to your other expertise in that speech writing? You were the lead writer for George W. Bush's a lot of his State of the Union. Where do you rank this with the president?
Oh, it was a fantastic speech. I was the lead writer on 2 State of the Union addresses. Donald Trump's State of the Union addresses have been among the best in American history. And what I found last night, you know, where there's a lot of talk about Nancy Pelosi tearing up the speech, what I found even more striking was at the very beginning, and unless you're steeped in the protocols of the State of the Union, you might have missed this. The tradition is the Speaker introduces the President of the United States by saying, members of Congress, it is my high privilege and distinct honor to introduce the President of the United States. Every Speaker has introduced the President like that since the beginning of this whole tradition. She didn't say high honor and distinct privilege. She just said members of Congress, the President of the United States. Absolutely pathetic.
And we should point out the President did not shake Mike Pence's hand, nor hers. Marc Thiessen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Marc.
Thank you.
All right. Up next, an exclusive with the guy who sat right next to Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, Vice President, here at the desk. Coming up next. Come on in, sir.